Hey everybody, what's up? It's Wraith with Metal Truthers, here to throw a quick video down today before I have to get some housework done. So, Brandon sent me an awesome link earlier. It came from, I don't know, I guess it's anywhere between a week old and 5 days old, something like that, of that vortex he was talking about in his earlier video over CERN. And I gotta admit, that's some fucking weird shit to see. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's like you see almost like what you would see when you look at the chemtrail style clouds and they're like flowing in the circle, and then all of a sudden there's this fucking, and I mean, it's just so weird. It looks like it's pulling in the clouds around it into this little area, and then all of a sudden you see that orb go up, and then bam, it's all over and done with. Real creepy shit right there. And you know, like I discussed last night about how the cops were told to stand down in places like Germany and things like that with this whole migrant crisis. He touched pretty good on that topic. And like I said, there's not a whole lot of people out there covering these topics. You know, Alex Jones is doing his best, and we give him his props there. You know, he's a good place to go for information. And then you also have I spelt the name wrong yesterday. It's Notregme. That's the name of the Canadian guy's channel I was telling you all about, where I get a lot of information, and that guy's got some really good shit he's covering on this topic too, and he brought up a good point, you know, that a lot of the people out there were saying, you know, oh, it's the men's fault because they didn't stand up. Well, you know, there is a big problem with men standing up for women nowadays, especially in America. And I'm going to let y'all know what it is right now. You stupid ass radicalized feminist movement is what's creating that. Women aren't treated indifferently in this country at this point in time for the most part. I mean, hell, you've got celebrity women out there that can run around and throw their vaginas and their fucking titties all up on these young girls, you know, convincing them that that's the way they need to live their lives, you know, be a bunch of fucking whores. But y'all don't have a problem with that. Y'all don't talk about people like Miley Cyrus and them out there fucking throwing their vagina all over everybody while there's a bunch of fucking 10-year-old girls that idolize them watching it, so the next day those little girls are out there fucking masturbating because of that dumb bitch. But do y'all say anything about that? No, because y'all don't have a problem with women that are trying to turn a bunch of girls into whores. And then you have this anti-baby movement going on. Are y'all really trying to kill the human race off? Guys can't fucking pop babies out of their assholes or their dick holes, you know? That's not how it fucking works. You know, it's great that y'all want equality, and y'all can have equality. But you know what? You know what's going to happen with equality? Men aren't going to beat up people for you anymore. When, you know, you fucking sit there, and I've had chicks do it to me because they know, oh, because I'm one of those old school style guys, I ain't gonna hit them back. I've had chicks hit me in the face just for shits and giggles because they think they can get away with it. Well, guess what? The new age is dawning. Y'all done scared men off to the point where we don't give a fuck about y'all anymore. Y'all want equality, y'all are about to get it. The next time y'all go out there talking shit about men and pushing men around, I hope they kick you in your fucking teeth. Because you deserve it. You want to put yourself in a man's position and claim you're just as good as a man, well then you can't go to the police and complain when a man knocks you the fuck out for putting your hands on him. Do you see how equality's not working in your favor now? Because y'all want to turn around and go to the cops every time something bad happens to you, but you put yourself in the fucking position to have it happen to you. You know? And none of y'all are out there trying to defend those women that were raped on New Year's Eve. None of y'all are out there talking about that shit because, you know, sexualizing in video games is more important to you. Sexualization of bullshit that makes no shit and fuck of a difference. That's what y'all are concerned about. Y'all are concerned about whether or not y'all are going to get a female in office for president. Just like everybody was so concerned about Barack Obama because he was black. Nothing else. Didn't have to do with his policies. Didn't have to do anything. It was a fucking black guy going in office. That's why people voted for him. And y'all are going to do the same stupid shit for Hillary Clinton. Now this fucking cunt, and I'm referring to Hillary Clinton. Her name is Cunt on our channel, just so y'all know. Because she's a stupid fucking cunt. She's come out and said that she's the only candidate that anybody can vote for in 2016. She already feels like she's gonna win this shit. You know? That fucking cunt is so far behind in the polls because we all know about her lies and her bullshit, and we all know what she did to our soldiers in Benghazi. We all know she's been smuggling weapons to these radicalized terrorists. But there's a bunch of you stupid ass feminists out there that are like, we're gonna vote for Hillary Clinton so we can get a fucking cunt in office. That's ridiculous. Focus on some real fucking issues. And I'm not saying you gotta go vote for Trump. Hell, I'm telling you not to vote this year, because it's not gonna fucking matter if you vote. Hillary Clinton already told you that. She came out blatantly in the open and told you that. Just like for the first time in American history, we've got a president that's not endorsing anybody because he believes he's going to be able to stay in 2016. And I'm getting heated over this shit, people. I'm fucking livid. And you want to know why? Because I'm scrolling through my news reports and shit, and I'm seeing how all these feminists are out there talking shit about what happened to those women on New Year's Eve. Talking about they should have gone to the cops. Should have fought back. Shit like that. You motherfucking retards. Obviously, any woman that says that, y'all have never been in a gang rape situation. You've never been raped by 30 guys at once. Maybe you should take your happy ass over there and defend your women's rights while these guys are fucking you in your ass 3-on-1. Maybe you should put yourself on the front line since you can talk so much shit and talk about how everybody else needs to step up. Why don't you fucking step up, you worthless pieces of trash? See, this is why on our channel, Brandon's the more, level-headed out of the two of us. He ain't gonna say half the shit I'm gonna say because, like I said, I don't give a fuck if y'all like me or not. I'm putting what I feel out there. I'm trying to wake y'all up to the fact that y'all are stirring up a bunch of stupid ass shit. Y'all are all fighting for dumb ass causes that aren't even really causes. It's just in your brain. You're making a fucking difference. But you're not. You're stirring up more issues. Y'all are pushing men to a point where they're not gonna help you anymore. When we see a dude beating your ass on the side of the road nowadays, we're not gonna step in anymore. Because, y'all are women. Y'all are just as strong as us. Why don't you take care of it yourself? You see what I'm saying? Do you see how you walked yourself into a fucking hole right there? Now, I do believe in equality to an extent. Yes, y'all should be able to vote. Yes, y'all should be able to work. Yes, y'all should get paid just as much as everyone else. But, in nature, your main objective in life is to reproduce, to make more life. That's why women have babies and guys don't put babies out of our cockholes, because nature didn't intend it that way. Now, I'm not knocking lesbians. They can have their life. If you're gay, that's fine. But you know what? When two gay guys want a kid, they either go adopt or they artificially inseminate a woman. When lesbians want a baby, instead of going and getting some dick, they get artificially inseminated. Or they adopt. That's how that shit works. But if all of y'all are like, all women need to just stop having babies, well, guess what? You can't adopt any fucking kids if no one's having babies. So then your dream of having the same-sex family is gonna fall apart. It's gonna be destroyed because there are no babies for you to fucking adopt because y'all were all like, women shouldn't have to squeeze babies out of their vagina and deal with that. Fucking sorry, it's nature. If you want to get Christian about it, maybe the reason y'all suffer so much is because you ate the apple. According to the story, y'all fucked up. But none of y'all are going after Christianity for being sexist, and, it was only the woman that fucked up in that story, Adam didn't have shit to do with it. Y'all went and talked to a fucking snake. And that's another problem that bothers me about the Christian story, and the fact that all you feminists that are jumping on all this other bullshit ain't jumping on that. How the fuck was the woman so goddamn stupid that she didn't think that a talking snake might not be the greatest fucking thing to go and listen to? I'm sorry, but if a snake was slithered up to me out of nowhere and started talking, I'd either, one, consider the fact that I've gone completely fucking insane, or two, I would just naturally assume that an animal coming up and talking to me is probably a bad fucking thing. Y'all want to talk about some bullshit. Y'all want to jump off on all these tangents. Y'all want to stir up the division. Y'all want to create all these problems, but y'all don't want to figure out any solutions. The only solutions y'all have is get rid of men. Well, guess what? How about this? I'll put it out there. Here's a new one of those internet challenges. How about this? Every guy stop taking care of these bitches. They want to call themselves feminists. They say they can take care of themselves. They don't need our help. They don't need shit from men. Stop helping them. When they run up to you because some dude's trying to beat their asses or rape them, turn your back, walk off, let them figure it out themselves. You know? Because y'all asked for it. Y'all said, we don't want your fucking help because you're a man. Well, then don't come to us when you have a fucking problem. You hypocritical pieces of shit. I'm so tired of this shit. All these movements in this country. You got Black Lives Matters. You got the fucking radicalized feminist movement. You know, you've got all these progressive liberals. What y'all are is fucking communists. You know? All you people out there supporting all these dumbass agendas. Talking about how your ideas are so much better than everyone else's. But none of your ideas are going to fix the planet. In fact, y'all are just going to drive humanity into a further downward spiral. You know? Just like none of y'all have the time to discuss shit like CERN or the migrant crisis. Because, you know, those are all things you'll be charged as a conspiracy theorist. People will put a label on you, and then you won't be able to talk to your friends and family anymore because you'll be labeled as something. Motherfucker, call me a racist. Call me an Islamophobe. I don't give a fuck. I'm not Islamophobic. I just don't fucking like the radicalized pieces of shit. And it's not just one or two that are bad apples like y'all progressives keep trying to put out there. No, it's not just one or two, motherfuckers. Over 1,000 migrants, just in Germany alone, raped and groped and sexually assaulted a whole shitload of women, including female cops. Whoa! Bet y'all didn't fucking care about that shit either, huh? Go to the cops. Some of the cops were women. Well, guess what? Even the female cops got groped up and shit. Even they got attacked. So yeah, y'all don't need men to help take care of y'all. And yeah, a couple of chicks ran straight to a bouncer because they realized, oh, this dude's fucking huge. He might actually beat their asses. And just like that guy that I was telling you about, the Canadian, pointed out, what if that guy hadn't stood up for those chicks? Because he was just as tired as the rest of us of hearing all this mainstream feminist bullshit. You know? And American feminists, this is directly at you. You motherfucking asses think that walking around topless with your nipples hanging out and shit, and walking around in thongs, butt-ass naked, is gonna stop the rape culture in this country that y'all say is so prevalent, you know? That's really what it is. That's how you're gonna stop it? You're gonna throw yourself out there like a half-naked piece of steak for a bunch of fucking guys that are fucked up in the head, that might come out there and rape you because you just made it a lot easier. Now they don't even have to go through clothing to get to you, you stupid fucks. And y'all talk about how progressive and how awesome your movement is. Go look at feminism around the rest of the world. Those women get up and fight. They get in the military. They do things for their country. They get out there and do the same exact shit that men are doing to prove that they can fucking do it. They don't stand out there with their titties hanging out talking about, oh, we're so fucking great, look at this. You fucking moronic bitches. Yeah, I called you a moronic bitch. And I'll do it to your fucking face. Why? Because you ain't solving shit. All you're doing is showing off your fucking body. Because you gotta feel good about yourself. Motherfucking crazy ass shit that y'all are doing. And y'all don't even focus on real world subjects. That's what pisses me off. Half the time when you hear these feminists out here talking, they're talking about some shit that's not even relevant. You know? Oh, air conditioning units are sexist. Why? Because your nipples get fucking hard? When it's cold? Guess what? Guys' nipples get hard too. Y'all aren't the only fucking ones. And you know, I hear this argument, well, how come men can walk around with our shirts off, but women can't? Well, we don't really give a fuck if y'all walk around with your shirts off. But you can't get mad at us when fucking stare at your tits because you were walking around with your titties hanging out. You see how fucking stupid your argument is? No, not all men are like sexualized, but if we see a pair of tits and we're a straight male, we're gonna fucking glance at them. That's how the fuck that shit works. If you're walking around with booty shorts and your fucking clit's hanging out of your pants and shit, we're gonna stare at it because it's right in our fucking faces. Now, does that mean that we're raping you with our eyes? No, you stupid bitch. It's called human nature. If a man sees an attractive woman and she's out there with no clothes on, he's gonna fucking stare at her. How goddamn pathetically stupid are you? God. It's fucking bullshit. And you motherfuckers want to get on y'all's high horses. Motherfucker, I'm jumping on a high horse for a while because I'm sick and tired of it. You know, I've got no problem defending a woman. If I see a dude hitting a chick for no reason, I'm gonna go over there and fuck his world up because that's the kind of guy I am. In fact, I've gotten in a lot of trouble for shit like this in the past. So, I am one of the guys that will stand up for y'all. But there's not too many of us left, and even I'm getting tired of hearing about it. You know? Half the chicks that I used to think I could stand up for, nowadays I look at them and they're talking about how they can do everything that we can do. But the first time their boyfriend beats them or something, they run to their best friend who's a dude and is like, will you please go beat his ass because I can't hurt him. He's so much stronger than me. Well, just last week you were talking about how you can do everything he can, how you're just as strong as him. So, where the fuck did that shit change? Oh, because you actually got hurt, now it's not equal anymore. Now you gotta go find a guy to whoop his ass. But you were up in his face punching him in the fucking mouth the other day because, you know, you're just as strong as him and you have every right to hit him, but he doesn't have a right to hit you back because you're a woman. But yet y'all want equality. See how confused y'all are? See how backwards your argument is? You know? And I see this a lot, man. This isn't just, you know, something new that sprouted up in the past year. This shit's been going down for well over a decade now. You know? The problem is America has forgotten about the family. America used to be a great fucking country. Back in the day, it was the norm to have 7 kids and a huge family and be extremely family oriented to where the family took care of each other. And the family always stood up for family. But nowadays, there is no family. It's fucking outrageous if you have more than 2 kids, you know, you're considered a fucking, you know, if you're white trash because you have more than 2 kids, you know? If a woman has more than 2 kids nowadays, most of the time it's with multiple fucking guys too, you know? Nowadays women cheat on people more than men do. But y'all don't want to fucking hear about that shit, do y'all? You know? I've been cheated on so many goddamn times it's pathetic, and what's funny is when I leave the bitch for cheating on me, she always gets mad at me. Oh, well, you fucking just turned your back on me. Well, you went and sucked another dude's dick, what'd you expect? You know? Oh, but, you know, you're supposed to stay with me because we've got this, that, and the other, and we've got kids. Motherfucker, give me the child support. I don't need you, because I don't want to have to come home from work and catch you jumping on another guy's dick. But of course, it's only men that cheat on women. Y'all don't ever fuck up. That's the ideology of the feminist movement, is that women never do anything wrong. It's always the guy's fault somehow. Just like Black Lives Matters, it's always the white people's fault. Nothing bad in y'all's community spawns from your own fucking people. Y'all need to get off all this backwards shit and get with the goddamn program. Because the more I see like articles popping up like this and shit like that, the more we're just gonna turn on you. You know? Y'all are gonna put yourselves in a position to where when everything does pop off, nobody's gonna be helping y'all. We're gonna be fighting for ourselves. We're gonna be using you as cannon fodder. We're gonna be throwing you out on the front lines. You wanna know why? Because you were like, fuck it, we support those guys. We'll do whatever they say. So we'll let you go up and be the first ones they take out. Because when they start firing on the populace, it doesn't matter if you supported them or not, they're going to shoot at y'all too. Because the whole idea of Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030 is to depopulate the earth. So what, you think because you support their stupid ass causes, they're gonna let you live? You're gonna be one of the 500 million that survives? They're not picking and choosing people. They're just gonna start dropping bombs and fucking releasing full clips on the populace. And whoever survives that shit, whoever was smart enough to fucking duck, they're gonna be the ones that get to go with the government plan of one world government. They're gonna be the ones that get to survive the happy, fun death camps that they're putting us in, you know? That Hillary Clinton's been talking about. Oh, we need fun camps for adults. You mean FEMA camps? Yeah, it's gonna be real fun when they throw you in a fucking oven and gas your ass just like they did the Jews. It's gonna be fucking hilarious, isn't it? It's gonna be great fun. Great times. We're all fucking dying in a camp. Because the new Nazi Germany is America. Sorry to be so angry in this video, people. Me and Brandon had actually just gotten done talking about making videos, and then I saw an article right after I got off the phone with him, and I read through it, and it was this fucking, I forgot her stupid fucking name. Not like I'm gonna pay attention. We're gonna call her cunt too. She's a giant feminist in this country, one of the main ones, and she was out there talking shit about these girls that got raped because they should have been stronger and stood up for themselves. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know? These feminists out here are just fucking ridiculous. And I'm sorry. Another thing I'm gonna touch on is the normalization of pedophilia, which is happening every fucking day in this country and all over the world. And a big part of it is the hormones they put in the food. They've made it to where kids are more sexually active and they're, I get, what's the word for it? Basically, all their parts are fully working by the ages of 8 and 9 nowadays. That was fucking unheard of back in the day. Back in the day, 8-year-old girls did not have double D tits. But they've put all these hormones in the foods. And anytime you hear about some major famous guy that's caught up in a child sex ring or something, all of a sudden that just kind of disappears from the mainstream real fucking quick. And now they're coming out with all these so-called like laws and shit where they're trying to push them through that make pedophilia normalized, you know. Oh, it's kind of normal. Just some people, you know, there's a lot of people in the world that look at children and think that they should be able to have sex with them. Who the fuck, where are all these sick-ass motherfuckers at, and why have we not shot them in the fucking head already? Really? I'm a proud parent of 2 kids. I promise you right now, you motherfucking come over here trying to fuck my kids, I will kill you and your entire family. Straight up. I will kill you all if you try to hurt my children. I do not want it. No. You try to normalize that shit. Oh, but it's not really their fault because, you know, something probably happened to them when they were kids. I went through a lot of traumatic shit. You don't see me trying to fuck my kids. You don't see me going after other people's kids. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And nobody's taking a stand about this shit. Nobody. There's a few channels every now and then you'll hear 1 or 2 little stories about how, you know, pedophilia, but they're not covering it that much. And yet it's becoming a bigger issue every fucking week. Every goddamn week I see another article about some fucking government politician or some mainstream fucking celebrity. Some rich piece of shit that went and fucked a whole bunch of little girls or little boys, but y'all ain't got a problem with them. You know, why? Because they make good movies. Oh, because they're a politician. And, you know, oh God, we can't turn on our mayor. We can't turn on our fucking leaders because they're fucking kids. God, it makes me want to find people that are putting out this shit, talking about and basically supporting these assholes. I want to take a baseball bat and bash your fucking skulls in. Because you deserve it, you sick pieces of trash. You're just fucking disgusting. You're worthless. You know, you're like that piece of dog shit that gets stuck to the bottom of the shoe and you can't seem to scrape that shit off. That's what you are if you're supporting this pedophilic agenda. Supporting the destruction of the family. You know, maybe that's why America's falling off. Maybe that's why the entire world's going fucking crazy, because nobody cares about their own blood anymore. It's more or less about, you care more about a bunch of people that you don't fucking know and that you'll never meet and that don't give two shits and a fuck about what happens to you. You know? Fucking bombing happens in Istanbul this morning, suicide bombing. You don't see shit about it on Facebook. Everyone's still talking about David Bowie like he actually gave a fuck about you. Like he knows who the fuck you are. Like he really gives a fuck that you're sad that he died. But y'all aren't sad about the fact that fucking 10 people are dead now. God, countless others are injured in a suicide bombing this morning. Where the fuck is that all over the news? Nowhere, because David Bowie died. You know? That's the issues we give a fuck. People die. He was 69. It sucks he died of cancer, but guess what? He was gonna die of old age anyway pretty fucking soon. The motherfucker was gonna die. That's human. That's life. That's the cycle of life. We live, we fucking die. Why is that such a big deal to you stupid pieces of shit? Why is that more important than the shit we can actually change? What are you gonna go do, a fucking necromancy ritual and bring David Bowie back from the dead now? If you're gonna do that, go bring back all the fucking people that have been killed. And all these attacks. Go bring back the people's children who were murdered and beheaded by ISIS. Go ease their fucking heartache, because I promise you, you don't have any heartache from fucking David Bowie dying. I am so livid about this shit, people. Because y'all care more about some stupid-ass meme with improper math that doesn't even make any fucking sense than y'all do about some real shit that's going on. Y'all don't care about migrants destroying our countries. Y'all don't care about the government overreaching its power. Y'all don't care that we're about to walk into World War III. All y'all give a fuck about is stupid, trivial mainstream bullshit that has nothing to do with you, that will not affect your life. How the fuck is David Bowie dying gonna affect you? Oh, you can't listen to it, no brand new albums from him anymore. Too fucking bad. The man hasn't put out an album in years. He just put out one right before he died. Big fucking whoop. You can listen to it. Go listen to his old music. Go watch Labyrinth. Bam, you still got David Bowie in your heart. Now you can go focus on the real shit. You know, I've been thinking about trying to keep these videos pretty toned down a little bit, you know? Because I get heated pretty easily about this kind of shit, because it frustrates me to see all these people that I'm wasting my time trying to wake y'all up and trying to defend y'all, and you're not even caring. You're not even paying attention to the shit that's really going on. You're paying attention to a bunch of shit that has no effect on you. You know, we should be really worried about what's going on at CERN. When the fuck was the last time you saw a portal open up in the sky? When was the last time you've seen some shit like that? Really? When was the last time you've seen mirages of full fucking cities in the sky? They're claiming, oh, that's just a reflection of the buildings off water and shit. Well, go look at that picture and then go look at the buildings. Sometimes there's buildings that aren't even in the actual landscape that are reflecting up in the clouds. So how the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did a building that's not even in the actual ground in real life appear in the fucking sky? How is that a completely different building? It's not a reflection, that's how, you stupid cunts. I mean, there's so much real shit we could focus on, but y'all want to keep your head shoved so far up your asses you'll never see any of it. You know, when something major happens, you want to dig a hole and bury your head in the sand like they did on South Park for that fucking, the Muhammad episode. Remember that shit? How everybody buried their head in the sands and was like, we had nothing to do with it all. That's exactly what you're doing right now. Try and tell the migrants, oh, I don't have a problem with you. Here's my daughter. Go ahead and rape her. Here's my wife. Rape her. She won't complain because she doesn't want to get stoned to death. You know? Oh, government, there's so much crime in the world. Here's my gun so I can't defend myself. I want to die now. I don't want to defend my family against the people that are trying to hurt us. That's what y'all are doing, and you can't even see it because you're so blinded by bullshit. And I don't understand how y'all are so blinded. Because I'm one of these kind of people that I go to work, I come home, I play video games, I watch movies. I'm involved in the same fucking programming all the rest of you are. How the fuck is it that I manage to see through it and you can't? Because I'm not special. There's no difference between me and you other than the fact that I have a terminal illness and I can't get insurance. Because if I try to get insurance, it's gonna cost me fucking couple of $1,000s a month that I can't afford. That's the only major difference between me and you is the fact that I'm dying every day from a terminal illness and I can't afford it. That's the only thing different between me and you. Other than that, we're fucking human. Maybe the skin color is different. Well, does that really make us different? You know? If I go stand out in the sun long enough, which I work in the sun, trust me, I used to be a lot whiter than I am today. I've been darkening up because I'm in the sun all the fucking time. So, if I wanted to, I could go out in the sun and just stand there butt-ass naked, and if I stood there long enough, I would become darker. Then our skin color's not that different. So, fucking throw this race shit aside. We're all human beings. I don't give a fuck about race. Now, sex does make us different because, well, like I said before, women can make babies, men can't. We play a small part in it. You know? We play a limited amount of, there's not, it's just, there's a difference there between us. You know? And I'm not saying all women are weaker than men. Don't get me wrong and think that I'm telling y'all aren't strong and y'all can't take care of yourselves. But it's proven that a lot of y'all aren't. I mean, honestly, a chick that's anorexic that's throwing up every day and she weighs about 85 fucking pounds because she's trying to look amazing. Because nowadays, you have to look a certain way or society won't like you and men won't like you and you won't get a free ride and you won't find your sugar daddy unless you're like 85 pounds soaking wet. That 85 pound chick is not going to be able to fight off a 210 pound man. Sorry to put it to you like that, and I hope it didn't burst your fucking bubble there. But it's just, an 85 pound guy is not going to be able to take out a 250 pound guy without a fucking weapon. It doesn't happen that often. And if it does, it's because that little guy knew some shit. I mean, he was a pretty badass fucking fighter. Not very many women out there are badass fucking fighters. There's a few of them. But there's not a whole bunch of them because women aren't taught how to fight the way men are. You know, when women grow up, they're told that they have this, and this objective. Whereas men, we're told we have to fight, we have to struggle, we have to sweat and bleed for every fucking thing we want in life. We're not taught that eventually we're going to meet somebody and if things go right, they're going to take care of us the rest of our lives. No, that's not the narrative that men get to live by. No, we have to struggle. So y'all want equality, go right ahead. Y'all can start struggling too. Y'all can learn how to fucking fight. And I do think women need to learn how to fight. In all honesty, I mean, especially if y'all are going to keep pushing your feminist movement, then yes, y'all really need to learn how to defend yourselves. Because if y'all are so much better than men, then we're just going to stop helping you altogether. That's the way it's going to go. We're going to stop taking care of you. You know? We'll do what everybody does anyway nowadays. We'll throw our kids in daycare. We'll go to work. You go to work. And y'all can work just as hard as us too. No more secretary jobs for you. You know? Get out there and do the landscaping like I do. Get out there and build some houses. You know? Like, oh, we need equality. Let me tell you something. Here's a good example of equality for you. I used to work at Goodwill for a short period of time. And when I was on probation at one point in my life, I had to do community service at Goodwill as well. Want me to tell you how your equality works? At Goodwill, the only people that are allowed to move furniture or any excessively heavy boxes, anything over 10 pounds, you know what they do? They come find a guy and they ask the guy to move it for them. None of the women get out there and move the shit. Women aren't allowed to. You know, y'all aren't supposed to touch anything heavy. That's the guy's job. But y'all want to talk about equality. Why can't y'all pick up the heavy shit? Oh, because it's too heavy for you? Well, maybe that's because you're not as physically strong as we were because you didn't work out. You didn't try to become stronger. You sat at home every day and made yourself look pretty so that you could get that guy to take care of you. And you got a part-time job just because you want to feel like you're accomplishing something and you're not sitting at home all day. And I get it. Being a stay-at-home mom has to suck. My fiance has to do it while I'm at work. And there are days I feel bad for her because she's stuck in the house. That's fucking lame. But does she complain about it? No. She actually doesn't mind because she likes raising the kids. She likes watching them grow up. She likes being able to sit at home and watch some TV and relax. You know? She likes being able to focus on her art. Well, I go out and I make the money. There's nothing fucking wrong with that, feminism. There's nothing fucking wrong with the fact that I'm the one that goes out and pays the bills. I don't want her to have to work. I'm happy with the fact that she doesn't have to work. She's happy with that fact. So why do y'all have such a problem with it? Is it because you have no fucking work ethic and every time you get a job you get fired because you're retarded and you can't work with the shit anyway? Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe it's that you don't apply yourself. You know? Instead of saying, oh, it's the men holding us back, why don't you say, oh, well, maybe I didn't put enough effort out in my fucking job to begin with. You know? I'm sick and tired of hearing the men and white people and this and that's the whole fucking problem. The problem is a system that has become so corrupt that they've destroyed every good virtue we ever had. What the problem is the fact that we've got an entire world society right now where nobody gives a fuck about their neighbor, nobody gives a fuck about their kids, nobody gives a fuck about themselves. We're all just trying to survive this shit. We don't have time for emotions anymore. We don't have time to care about anybody else and what they're struggling through because we're struggling ourselves. That's what they've created. That was the whole fucking goal. And here y'all are talking your shit and trying to cause more and more problems because y'all think it's gonna solve some shit. How are you solving anything? You're creating more fucking problems for people to have to fix when this is all said and done with. We're never going to get back to the way the world used to be. We're never going to have good societies anymore. We're never going to be able to get along as people anymore because y'all keep making bad decisions and trying to tear everyone apart. That's why I'm targeting movements like feminists, Black Lives Matters, the Aryan Nation. All you people, you're spreading division and you need to fucking stop it because this is a point in time where the world doesn't need division, we need to come together. How is that so hard to understand? Why do you have to be racist? Why do you have to be sexist? How is that even helping your community? How is that solving anything? You see what I'm saying? Do you see how fucking dumb you're being? There's no race out there that's superior to another. There's no sex out there that's superior to another. We're all humans. We're all trying to do the same shit, which is survive, raise our families, and hopefully we can teach our kids some lessons that'll help them raise their families in a better fashion than what we did. You know, the overall goal for humanity right now should be to try and make a world that our kids can live in to where they won't have to suffer the way we have. But y'all don't want to do any of that because it takes too much effort and it requires some critical thinking and it requires you to use your own brain and step away from all these trends and all this mainstream propaganda. It's time to wake up. It's time to realize your votes don't fucking matter. The system's flawed, it's corrupt, and they don't give a fuck about you. And it's time to stop letting celebrities tell you what the fuck you can and cannot believe in, what you should and should not feel. It's time for you to stop letting people control you and control yourself. That's why I say whatever the fuck I want, whether you find it offensive or not. Because I think for myself, I'm in control of my life. Not you, not Miley Cyrus, not fucking Obama. You know? None of these motherfuckers control me. I control myself. You know? Yeah, I have fear of the law. I have a fear that I keep opening my mouth. Eventually they could easily come after me and say, oh, you're, blah, 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 you're a racist, you're this, that, and the other, and we're going to charge you with this. Yeah, that could happen. Fuck them. Come and get me. You know? Oh, but if you say anything bad about Hillary, she might come after you. Fuck that dumb bitch. Come after me, you fucking murdering piece of shit. You worthless coward. You drug smuggling, weapon smuggling piece of trash. You and your fucking slutty ass husband. Fuck y'all. Yeah, I said it. Do I look like I care? Do I look like I give a fuck if Hillary Clinton gets butthurt because I called that cunt what she really is? Fuck no. Motherfuckers, it's time to get active. Get angry. Start talking about some shit that makes a difference. Start voicing your opinion and stop giving a fuck whether or not they're gonna send some bullshit law after you. Because guess what? If you feel threatened and they don't have an actual right to arrest you, which all you have to do is go study law and you can find out what they really can and cannot arrest you for. And guess what? Freedom of speech is one of the things they can arrest you for. You know? The only way they could arrest you for saying something like that about Hillary Clinton is if you were at one of her rallies 5 feet in front of her and you said something to the extent of like, oh, I'm going to shoot that bitch in the head. Then they can arrest you because you just fucking threatened her right in their face and they have no knowing of whether or not you might have a gun somewhere at that event to blow that bitch's fucking head off with. So then they can arrest you. But anything shy of that, they have no right to fucking touch you. And if they do, it's unconstitutional. And guess what you ought to do? You should defend yourself against those corrupt-ass cops. Bet y'all weren't expecting to hear that shit, were you? Because I'm going to throw it at you like, however real I can. I'm going to throw this shit at you to a way that you can understand it. And when it's all said and done, you know where you actually stand. And you know what you can and cannot do. You know? All these people trying to talk about the Constitution's flawed, it's outdated. It wasn't up until we got to a new century where we had a fucking corrupt-ass government twisting all the fucking rules around. Then all of a sudden the Constitution doesn't apply. But up until then, you know, back when everybody was on welfare and everybody was dealing with all this shit, nobody had a problem with it 10 years ago. You know, nobody had a problem with it when Bill Clinton's era. When everybody was on fucking welfare and everybody was fucking happy, nobody had a problem with the Constitution. And then the Constitution didn't become a problem until this fucking faggot Obama got in office. Yeah, that's what I'm not referring to him as a faggot and, gay slur right there. No, I'm calling him a faggot because he's a piece of shit. All the problems that we're seeing right now, the major problems in this country, the major division, it all came from his stupid ass. So I'll call him whatever the fuck I want to, because this is America and I sure as fuck can. You know, at least I ain't throwing a bunch of racist terms out there like most white people would, right? Yeah, so if y'all can't tell, I'm a little heated today over some of this shit. Because I'm tired of seeing... how the fuck? How in the actual fuck are y'all gonna sit there and start demeaning the women who were raped by migrants and telling them it's their fault? How the fuck can you get away with that? How are you so morally corrupt that you feel like you can get away with saying some shit like that? They deserve to get raped. You fucking pieces of shit. You worthless ass, moronic, disgusting and sectoid pieces of crap. You know, y'all need to learn some fucking empathy, man. I didn't know any of those women that got raped, but I'm fucking pissed that the migrants raped them. And that it was allowed to happen, and that the cops stood the fuck by. I'm fucking pissed about that. I don't live in Germany. I live in America. But you know what that tells me? It's coming here. I'll be goddamned if my fiance is gonna get raped or my daughter's gonna get raped because of you stupid pieces of fuck. I'll be goddamned if it happens. Y'all be seeing a bunch of beheaded migrants in my front yard, I guarantee you fucking what. I ain't afraid to say it. Because you come trying to hurt me and my family, I'ma fuck you up. I'ma fuck your entire world up. By the time I get done with you, the rest of your little migrant friends are gonna be trying to run the fuck back over to Syria. Y'all don't want to be here when y'all start trying to rape our women and children, because Americans, we don't fuck around. Most of us, y'all have this misconception that the government actually controls the majority of us. The majority of the populace is getting really pissed off at the government right now. The majority of the populace does not want y'all here. The majority of the populace knows what the fuck y'all are doing. So come on over here. We already got your holes dug, motherfuckers. Unless you're a decent Muslim. If you're decent, please come over here. Get the fuck out of there. If you don't want your wife raped anymore, and you don't want to have to worry about your kids being beaten, then get over here. You know, we can find a land to section off for y'all where y'all can be safe and have your own little towns. And if y'all want to keep your Sharia law, you can have it over there. You know, if y'all want to have y'all's own communities, y'all fucking can. But if you want to come over here and you're radicalized Islam and you're talking about it's part of your culture to rape my daughter, I'm gonna fuck you up. You come over here talking about it's our culture to do this, this, and this, and it ends up harming me and my family, I'm gonna fuck you up. It's plain and simple. I have no problem with the migrants as long as they keep their fucking culture to themselves, because this is America. I'm not going to change my lifestyle to benefit you. You know? Don't nobody fucking change their lifestyles to benefit me. You don't see the government changing all the rules so that people like me who actually think that THC doesn't kill people can smoke pot legally all over the fucking country. You know? Something that doesn't harm anybody. You don't see us getting, nobody's changing culture for us. You know? Those of us who are tired of seeing all these fucking pop stars all over the place flaunting their nasty vaginas out there for the public, and, fucking people like Justin Bieber out there being all cocky and, oh man, I got arrested for drugs, I'm the coolest motherfucker on the planet. We're tired of seeing people like that all over the goddamn news. But nobody's entertaining us and changing the culture, so we don't have to put up with that bullshit anymore. So why the fuck do y'all think y'all can come to my country and tell me I have to change everything I fucking do, including my religious beliefs, to sate you, you fucking worthless pieces of crap? Yeah, that's how I feel about it. You know? I wholeheartedly support helping the people that really need help. But they're not helping the people that need help. They're only bringing the ones over here that are going to destroy our fucking country just like they've destroyed Europe. And if y'all are so goddamn stupid that y'all aren't going to go look it up, and every time you see an article on Facebook, you just scroll right past it because you want to ignore it, then yeah, you are a fucking problem. And in my personal opinion, we need to just wrap all you motherfuckers up in a box with a bow and send y'all over to the Middle East. Then y'all can live over there and deal with that shit because you love their culture so much. Go entertain it. Go move over there with them. Fucking get out of my country. Don't bring them here. You go over there. You know? Sure is funny how you had all those little younger chicks, that were being rebellious. They ran away from home, went and joined the jihad armies, got passed around like sex toys, and then all of a sudden they're calling mommy and daddy going, please, somebody help me. This wasn't what I was fucking expecting. Why don't y'all go look at some of those reports before you come over here talking about we have to bring in migrants because it's the right thing to do? No, it's not the right thing to do. This fucking country's falling apart. We don't need anybody in this country right now. We need to close our borders off fucking entirely. For several years. Fix our country up. Get everybody working again. Get all these fucking people off of welfare. You know? Then we can bring in a bunch of people that are going to leech off our system. You know? Not right now, though. Now is not the fucking time for it. And my heart goes out to all those people in Istanbul right now. Do y'all see what's going on in the world? People are fucking dying right and left. People are getting raped right and left. Children are dying right and left. And all y'all give a fuck is some dumb shit on the mainstream television. Y'all care more about celebrities doing drugs and dying than y'all give a fuck about the rest of the world. And y'all wonder why we have so many problems and why there's so many issues. And y'all wonder why people like me are being so fucking mean. Because we're tired of seeing shit like this. Because whenever we hear reports about somebody dying, it hits close to home for us when we hear about these suicide bombings and shit. And you want to know why? Because we know in our hearts that if more of you would stop paying attention to mainstream bullshit like celebrity sex scandals and which president's fucking this person and who's getting their dick sucked by this person, if y'all would stop caring about shit like that and y'all would pay attention to shit like the migrant crisis, this stuff wouldn't still be happening. You know? We wouldn't have weird fucking vortexes in the sky if y'all would just shut the fuck up and go look at some real shit. And go pay attention to shit that actually matters. These motherfuckers are ripping holes in the space-time continuum. And you people don't give a fuck. What the hell is wrong with you? All you Christians out there, y'all, I'll hear it every fucking day all over the internet. Oh, it's Revelations, it's the end times. Well, then why don't y'all do something? If y'all know it's the end, and y'all know it doesn't matter anyway, because we're all about to face tribulation, then why don't you fucking act on something? Y'all had no problem acting back in the Inquisitions, and had no fucking problem in the Crusades. Y'all had no problem fighting anybody that didn't believe in your God back in the day, so where are y'all now? Y'all want to talk about how we're social justice warriors and all this bullshit and that bullshit. We're Christians. We care about the whole planet. We want to fix some shit. Well, pick up a sword and go goddamn fight the people that are destroying the planet because it's your Christian duty to take on evil wherever you fucking see it. God damn. How come it takes a pagan to fucking tell y'all this shit? Oh, but live by the sword, die by the sword. It's fucking Revelations according to y'all, so why don't you just live by the sword for a minute? Shit, you've been living by the Twinkie for goddamn 20 fucking years now. At least if you're from my generation. If you're from the older generations, man, y'all been living on bullshit. Pick up a sword. Fight back. Stop complaining and acting like you actually give a fuck if you're not gonna do anything about it. You know? Yeah, we're making videos right now, and that's the best we can do. But guess what? When shit actually hits the fan and the violence comes over here, I know for a fact I'm gonna be one of the people rushing up to the front lines. I'm pretty goddamn sure Brandon would be rushing to the front lines too. So if we're willing to put our lives down for y'all, why can't y'all fucking do the same for your own fucking families? Why can't you do it for your friends? You people have got to wake up before it's too late, because if you don't, everything that you cared about now is gonna be destroyed. And fuck, it's almost already too late. Y'all, we've been letting this shit go on way too fucking long now. You know? So what the fuck are y'all gonna do? By the way, to the guy that pointed it out the other day, I got a message on my Facebook profile, because, you know, some of the people that are listening to our videos are friends of ours on Facebook, and he happened to bring up a interesting topic. You know, he's like, man, I love your videos, I love what you're saying, but I have one issue with you. And I was like, what? It was like, man, every video you chain smoke like 5 to 10 cigarettes per video. That's not good for you. You're gonna fucking die of cancer. I know. Okay, I know. I like smoking cigarettes. I'm not a vapor. I don't have that kind of money. Cigarettes are expensive, I know. But, you know what? That's my vice. I don't really drink alcohol. I like cigarettes, okay? Bad habit, we've all got some. You know, at least I'm not like some weird guy with a tic that chronically masturbates while I'm trying to do these videos, you know? It could be a lot worse than me chain smoking cigarettes, but I do appreciate your concern. Kudos to you, thanks for looking out. But, right now, I don't see myself stopping. I'm an extremely high-strung person. I've got a lot of stress. I mean, you know, when my kids are with their mom, my bills total out past, you know, they're $1,100 without my kids. When my kids are here, I'm looking at more than $2,000 a month. And if I'm lucky, I may be bringing maybe $2,300 a month. That's not easy to live off of. So I'm extremely stressed out. So yeah, I chain smoke, but it's cool that you noticed. Like I said, thanks for caring. It, you know, it does somewhat make me feel good that at least somebody out there actually gives a fuck about my health while I'm dealing with all this shit, you know? Kudos, man. Good job. Anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. This was a hardcore rant. In fact, I was only going to do a 15-minute video. Here it is, almost an hour now. So y'all can see how fucking livid I get about this shit. Okay? We're doing this to try and enlighten you to the fact that your lives are being destroyed. Everything you give a fuck about right now is about to just collapse. But, you know, if you like the content, like, share, subscribe, try to get the word out there. We're going to cover on a lot of different issues here in the next coming months. I mean, we're going to be talking about everything from CERN to AI to the governmental issues to the conspiracies like the reptilian conspiracy and the child sex rings conspiracies. We're going to get into a lot of this shit even more in depth as time goes on, you know? So y'all just hang in there with us and, you know, maybe at some point I might cool down a little bit. And, you know, I don't have to offend as many of y'all. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. People get offended over everything. You can fart the wrong way, and if it makes the wrong sound, people get offended by it nowadays. So, yeah, whatever. But, like, share, subscribe. Please, people, get involved. Leave some comments. If y'all want to hear us talk more about the Oregon militia situation, leave a comment asking, hey, can y'all discuss this some more? If y'all want to hear more on CERN, leave a comment saying, hey, so why don't y'all get more in depth onto the topic of CERN and how y'all truly feel about this situation? You see what I'm saying? Get involved with us. We don't mind listening to y'all. And we will respond. But it depends on how your comment is what your response is going to be like. That guy that commented about Al-Qaeda. He got a response. It probably wasn't what he was expecting, but he got a response from us. Now, y'all have to realize, if y'all comment something that we consider to be dumb as fuck, or y'all are commenting on some mainstream trendy bullshit, we're going to call you out on it. Real quick. You know? Because we're trying to enlighten people. We ain't trying to spread a bunch of mainstream bullshit out there. So yeah, if you're going to comment with something and you're going to try and troll us, guess what? We're going to troll you right back. You know? Especially me. I don't have a filter and I don't give a flying fuck. So, remember, and like I said, if you're going to say something like that, like I told that guy, he said Al-Qaeda is dumb. And I pointed out the fact, I was like, look, I don't know if you're trying to be a troll or what you're trying to do, but if you're really trying to say, hey, look, I don't agree with the militia, they're dumb, then that's how you should word it instead of going, Al-Qaeda is dumb, because I'm going to jump on your ass about something like that, because that's ignorant as fuck to even compare them to Al-Qaeda. One real quick thing I'm going to throw in here real quick at the very end of this. It'll probably go into a full hour. The militia, and it's the Bundys up there at the wildlife refuge. They claim to have found a bunch of paperwork that all the information they find is going to release the Hammonds, and you know, it's all about the corrupt BLM and their land takeovers and shit like that. I have a quick question for y'all, and I want y'all to really consider this. The Idaho militia went to the FBI compound, which is obviously pretty close by to that refuge. How is it that a bunch of government documents that are detailing the levels of heinous and corrupt shit that the BLM is doing, how is it that those just managed to get left at a public wildlife reserve? You know, it's federal land, but it's open to the public, you know? Why would you just keep a bunch of paperwork like that laying around in a building like that? Really? Y'all need to use some common sense. That sounds like bullshit to me. I'm sorry. But I'm pretty sure the feds don't just leave documentation like that laying around for you to find it. Especially when it comes to the corrupt stealing of land and giving it to China to solve our national debt problem. Because y'all do know China owns 90% of our debt. So the BLM's been stealing land and giving it to China. You really think that the government's so goddamn stupid on every level that they're just going to leave documents like that laying around an unoccupied wildlife refuge that was closed down for the season? You know? I mean, oh shit, there's a bee in my house. I gotta figure out where these motherfuckers are coming from. I'm tired of bees. I don't like bees, y'all. Fucking weird things. And it's like fucking at least 3 times a day I find like 4 or 5 of these motherfuckers in my house, and I don't know how they're getting in here because all my doors are closed and the windows are closed. It's kind of creepy. I don't know. Maybe CERN's vortex has opened up in my living room and there's a bunch of bees coming in this motherfucker. Anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all on that. And seriously, y'all need to consider that whole shit that you're hearing from the Bundys right now, because that just doesn't smell right to me. But like, share, subscribe. Metal Truthers on Facebook. We've got a GoFundMe page of the same Metal Truthers. Y'all help try to support us, because like I said, me and Brandon don't want to be the only hosts on this network. We want to be able to bring the bigger guys in. Like, my dream right now is to bring somebody like Alex Jones or Kev Baker, or even the guy from the NOTREGME, YouTube channel. I would love to bring some of these people on to have discussions with them and to hear how they feel and to spread the word to y'all. We would love to be able to get bigger on this and have 2 or 3 people making reports every day, and to be able to have the equipment we need so we can put all these articles right in front of your faces. We would love to be able to do all this. But I already described to you my rent situation, like how much money I have to pay compared to what I bring in. I don't have enough money to be sitting to the side for y'all right now to make this channel better. So please, like, share, subscribe. Go help us on our GoFundMe page. Even a penny helps out. If every one of y'all will donate 1 cent a week, over time that will build up. So help us out. Help get the word out. Share these videos wherever you can. Share our Facebook page. Share the links to GoFundMe. Help us get where we need to be so that we can bring y'all more in-depth news. Because right now we're just reading articles and watching videos and then coming to y'all with the news we hear and bringing you our take on the whole situation. We're not doing it like we could be. We could be doing a lot more. I agree. And there are more professional ways we could go about all this. But we need support and we need help to get there. But thank y'all for listening. Hope I didn't offend too many of y'all. Not really. I hope I offended a lot of you, actually. Because you need to be offended right now. You really do. It's time for y'all to stop caring about your little feelings and to start paying attention. So if you get a little offended, maybe I'm doing my job right. But we do care a lot about y'all. That's why we're making these videos. That's why I'm so harsh. Trust me, you can ask my kids. When they start fucking up, I let them know how things are. I'll tell my daughter not to do something twice. After that second time, if she doesn't pay attention to me, I let her do it so that she can find out the hard way. That's just how it is. Sometimes we can't tell y'all exactly how to feel, and we can't teach you the lessons you need to learn. You have to learn them for yourselves. But at least we're warning you 2 times. So, like I said, y'all keep it real, keep it metal, like, share, subscribe, and get involved. Throw some comments down, start making your own videos. If you make a YouTube channel and you want to do the same thing we're doing, we will gladly support your channel. We will share your videos. We will help you out. Just leave in the link on the comments what your channel is, what you like to cover on, and we'll support the hell out of you. Y'all keep it metal, keep it real. Later.